I hope you've been stacking. I hope you've been saving. I hope you got money saved away and stashed away for a rainy day, because this might be the time you might. It's so much crazy stuff going on right now in the economy, and for y'all that don't understand, I'm going to break it down for you. If you are the dumbest of the dumbest, the youngest of the youngest, you will be able to understand exactly what's going on as soon as you are finished with this video. To all 6 of y'all watching this video, yes, all 6, because hey, this YouTube algorithm ain't no joke at all. I want y'all to sit there and really think about a few weeks ago when Warren Buffett took out a lot of his money in stocks and transferred it into cash. Really sit there and think about it. Why would a man that is the #1 guru with stocks, why would he convert so much of that into cash? Really think about that. Really sit there and think about it. If you thought that inflation was cooling down, the Federal Reserve just said, nah, not so fast. They are essentially saying they're not seeing the progress they want to see, so we're going to put a halt to all of that. And you already know when the Fed talks, the markets, they move, businesses, they get a little shaky, and your pockets. Let me break down what all of this means and why the Fed is stuck right now and what this means to you. Yes, you, even the one that says, I don't care about none of this, this don't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, it got something to do with you too. So earlier this year, the Fed was looking kind of optimistic on things. If you paid attention, interest rates were going down a little bit. Everything was starting to be on the up and up. The housing market, it was starting to get a little bit better. Loans for cars, the interest rate on that was starting to get just a little bit better. We were starting to make a little bit of progress, and then the Fed just said, hold up. You fast forward to now, and all of that optimism, all of that feeling good about everything, they basically said we don't see enough progress on inflation, so all of the cutting the interest rates and all of that, we're going to put a halt to that. We're going to slow all of that down ASAP. Basically what this means for you is interest rates are definitely about to stay higher. Let me dumb it down a little bit more. Essentially, if you go buy a car, a house, groceries, whatever the case is, it's still going to be extremely high. And people might want to know, why is this the case? Why is it taking so long? For example, think about all the people that are trying to get apartments right now. Have you tried to get an apartment and you're looking and you're like, damn, it costs that much for an apartment? Limited housing supply is a big reason for that. So don't expect for apartment prices to go down. Unemployment is really low right now, which means people have money to spend. And if people have money to spend, they're not going to be in a rush to drop this down at all. Think about it. Your local food business, your local barber, just all of these businesses, they're still getting the income that they're supposed to be getting. Nothing is slowing down. So if that is not slowing down, if business is still moving, what makes you think that they're going to be in a rush to drop these interest rates? And most importantly, wages are up. If wages are up, that is amazing for workers. Yes, that is amazing for everybody that is getting to the money, that gets up early in the morning and works hard, or they don't work hard and they're just collecting the check. Either way, it's really good for y'all. But that is terrible for inflation, because all that means is that the businesses are passing that down to the consumer. So if you're going to your local Chipotle, McDonald's, or wherever, and you realize those prices are really high, that is because of this. Think about going to your local coffee shop because you don't like Starbucks, you don't like Dunkin', so you want to support the local person. Have you ever noticed when you go, the price just keeps going up and up and up? The Fed's goal right now for inflation is 2%. Right now we're around 3 to 4%, so we still got a ways to go. Most importantly, and what I'm sure people are wondering, like, okay, I hear you, but how does this affect me? Here is how this affects you. Unless you're one of the smart ones that buys everything with cash and you don't have payments or don't owe any debt to anybody, credit cards, they're still taxing your ass 20 to 30% interest rates. If you're not smart like me and you don't pay off that credit card right then and there, that is going to really tax you in a bad way. You're going to be paying so much money, you're going to get yourself in a hole so quick. If you're trying to buy a home because you saw how dope it was during the pandemic actually, if you saw how dope those interest rates were, I wouldn't be trying to buy a house anytime soon still. Right now, the interest rates are about 7-8% depending on who you hear it from. That's not good right now. In cities like New York, LA, even in Texas, people still think Texas is cheap. I'm here to tell you it is not cheap. This is not good for us. The median cost for a house is through the roof right now. Car loans, right now, interest rates are about 5 to 7%. That is not good. So if you want that dream car, if you want to get that car to get that baddie on Instagram, if you're a girl and you want to get that car so you can stun on your homegirls and you can show them that you better than them, you might want to hold off on that. I would recommend getting a cash car, but even then, cash cars are so expensive. Have y'all seen a Honda Civic these days? I was trying to look for just like a 2010-11 Honda Civic, Honda Accord. Them things going for like 8, 9, 10 grand. What happened to the cars that were like 1,500? Stock market drama. Yeah, you might not be trying to buy a house right now, a car, and you might think you good. You invest heavy into stocks, crypto, whatever. Look at your portfolio right now and tell me how bad it looks. Cause I know mine, I don't even look at it every day anymore. Being that I am a franchise owner of 4 locations for Smoothie Kings. If I want to open up a new store, it really sucks for me right now. All the business owners that are watching this, talk to me. Let me know in the comments how you feel about opening up and branching out and doing something bigger and better. I bet you're going to hold off because those interest rates are at about 8, 9, 10% right now. Who wants to do that? Who wants to get a loan right now with those type of percentages? It is not a good look, and I guarantee that's going to stop and stunt the growth of businesses. And yeah, people are up right now. Think about when that starts to slow down and we start to get a slow drip of money going. What do you think that means for business people like me and business people like you? Think about all of the businesses that are already shutting down. Everything that you knew growing up, it's all shutting down. Companies that you thought for sure could last, they're shutting down. So what you think is going to happen to the local mom and pop shops? But check this out. Get your debt in check ASAP. If you got a credit card loan, if you got a bank loan, any kind of loan that you can pay it off ASAP. The longer the interest rates stay high, the more it's going to cost you. Stack your bread. Emergency funds are really clutch right now. These are really the people that's winning right now. Stack that bread. Because if anything happens, if anything goes down, if you lose that job or whatever the case is, you still got money to keep you afloat. Side hustles. Now is the time to get into those side hustles if you don't have those side hustles. At the end of the day, you got to grind, you got to get to it, you got to do whatever it takes to keep food on your table, take care of your kids, take care of your wife, take care of your husband, rideshare, Uber Eats, DoorDash, OnlyFans. Do whatever you need to do to stack that money and get to the top. Obviously, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, do whatever it takes. Do hair, nails, cut hair, do whatever you need to do to stay on top. Pay attention and look at stocks and investments that can really benefit you right now, even through these hard times. Think dividends, think real estate. These investments can provide stable income even in a time like this. These are the things that you need to do. Bottom line, we're in a tough time right now, so I need you guys to keep a clear level head, stack this bread and get to it, and we're gonna get through this together.